I think if you look at the US has consistently dominated new waves of industry and technology. Consistently. If you go back to, the internet, all the infrastructure companies for the internet, the search engines for the internet, initially the browser companies for the internet, software platforms like Microsoft, semiconductor technology, notwithstanding that a lot of the US semi guys outsourced to TMSC in Taiwan, which we can come back to. And then the application level and including the enterprise, Workday, Salesforce, like Google, Meta, social media is another one. So you've got to ask, how does that country get it right? And it's not just about capital. It's about understanding growth and a growth mindset. And if you look at the best leaders in those companies, they've fundamentally come up through product management.
Right.
Now, in Australia, we don't do product management in the same way that the US does. And let me explain what I mean by product management. So if you're developing a new product or a service, in the world we find ourselves in, and it's very different to even 5 years ago, the tools that are now at my disposal as a company to create new products and services and new value for my customers and consequently shareholder value are changing exponentially, right? So as a leader, I want to have a strong technical aptitude of what's possible, what's the art of the possible. I want to have a strong understanding of markets and economics and finance and how to price. And I want to have an understanding of industry structure, including channels. What's my go-to-market? Am I going direct? Am I going through channels? What's the implications of that? Now, mapping an unmet need in the market with what's possible with underlying technology and how do I package and price that, that's product management. So you look at Bill Gates, you look at Jeff Bezos, you look at Larry Ellison at Oracle, who was a bit more of a sales guy than a product guy, the Google guys, Mark Zuckerberg, all product guys. They may not have the label, but they're product management guys. And they're hard to find because good product managers become CEOs very quickly. It's the fast path to be a CEO. And I remember when I landed back in the country at Data 61, I said, I want to meet the product managers. It was the first cohort I wanted to meet. I'm like, well, you mean project manager? I'm like, no. A project manager, discrete, start, stop. Are we delivering? On time is very different than strategically putting together the pieces I described. Then they go program manager. I'm like, no, product manager. So where are the product managers? There weren't any. So I went and met with most of the G of 8 university heads or vice chancellors and said, are you teaching product management? And they weren't. And they are now, they call it different things now. There's elements of like design thinking, but as a discipline, we don't teach product management. And that I think is the big unlock. One of the big unlocks for this country is we need to get better at product management. And our leaders today, our executives, need to have that mindset. You need to have that product management mindset and that growth mindset.